Hi, this is Joey. I work for American Traditions over at Haas Door. So this fancy door right behind me is what we do in Carriage House. So in a nutshell, we get all these sections with no what we call overlay boards, and we apply them to the sections and create this fancy work of art. So today we're actually going to show you how to replace an overlay board when it's damaged. During transit in the field, somebody accidentally hits it, a ball gets thrown at it, etc. So you guys get the picture. So that's what we're going to show you today. We are going to replace this board that you see right here. So I have my assistant Jorge. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to get ready. He's going to try to pry the board off before he even torches it to see how hard it is on the section to begin with. So once he gets that feel, then he'll know that he needs to torch that spatula to get underneath that a little better. So the reason why we torch the scraper to begin with is because we want to reheat the glue, because after 7 days of its setting, it's really hard and that board is not moving at all. So it looks like he's making some headway. So he's basically torching the tip of the scraper, and you almost want to get that, pretty hot, I'm not gonna lie. And then safely turn off your torch. He was able to remove a piece of the overlay board. So once he does that is when he'll actually torch the scraper some more and clean it very well, remove the pin nails and all that good stuff. So now with the board removed, he's actually going to take pliers to remove the pin nails before he torches the scraper once again to remove all the excess debris and everything else that's on the section. Another thing, you want to make sure that you're torching the scraper and not the actual door. So the tool he was using just now is a electric scraper, if you will. So basically it vibrates from side to side really fast. That one we usually do not torch or heat up, and that's what it should look like after the board is removed. So here's the new overlay board. It's a 4CS76. Basically he cut it at 45-degree angle right now, and he's actually trying to measure. He's got itty bitty markings on that 4DR right in the center and that 6BR that's on the top right, and he's just trying to figure out that same area that it was originally at so he can get it cut and put back into place. Was cut it on the right side at 45, and then he turned the whole board around and cut it on the left side 45. So now he's putting it up against the boards and trying to get it exactly where it was originally at. So we're gonna get what we provide you guys with this touch-up paint. It's in the 15 ml tubes. So now what he's doing right now is he's painting the edge of the boards that he trimmed to give it that black color or whatever color overlay you guys received. And he's gonna paint that entire side on both ends. Okay, so Jorge's got the piece removed. He's got all the debris and everything else cleaned off and all that good stuff. Now he actually's got his board cut. It's ready to be reapplied to the section. He's got the ends painted, all that good stuff. So another thing that we use is this grip and grab that you see right here. So this we're gonna put on the back of the board, and this is like the adhesive that we use. It goes on pretty thick. So for me, what I would do is go like kind of in the center, use a scraper, kind of smear it, spread it out, because if you go too thick and you try to push it down, you leave gaps on the side of the section and the board, and you really don't want that. You want the board as close to the section as you can. So I found that if you put just a light coat, and granted this stuff is thick and it's a little difficult to do, but we're going to show you here in a second on how I would apply it to the board. I got my little caulk gun. So you pierce a hole, but we send you this. We actually send this piece, we remove this piece, you cut a hole here, but then you reapply this piece like so. Keep it nice and tight. And now so that's the other thing. So see how I'm pulling it and then Jorge's spreading it around? So that's kind of what you want to do, because this stuff actually, it works quite well. So once you spread that around or whatever else and you push it on the door, now keep in mind too, like the thicker parts or whatever else, when you push this board up against that section, it's actually going to spread. So like say you got a little spot right here that's missing, but it's thick right here. So when you go to push it and you apply force or whatever else, it'll spread that caulk around for you. So it won't be, it's not going to be in the same spot that we're smearing it. So basically he's just trying to put a light coat like he is right now, spread it out the best he can. When it's kind of like that, and when he goes to apply that, all that'll spread a little bit. And then we also got the brad nails to keep it in place. That way once it hardens, this board you will not be able to remove. So see how he put the board on and he also pushed and pressed down. And then he's going to give it a little bit more force. Now he's going to get our brad nail gun. And I'll explain all the tools we're using towards the end of this video. So he applies 2 brad nails on the top corner and then 2 on the opposite side on the corner. And that's just to hold the board in place. That way when the grip and grab settles and everything else, like it basically acts like the hot glue that we use in-house. So once that sets, you will not be able to move. And this is how you replace an overlay board. So we showed you the video on how to replace an overlay board. Now I'm going to show you the tools that we use. The first tool, scraper. So this is what we use to torch or we heated it up to get underneath the overlay board. The torch is essential. You need it for the heat. Pliers to remove the brad nails once we do this. This one's optional, our electric scraper, but it is beneficial if you have one. Great. The brad nail gun, we use a 23 gauge brad nail. The nails, when you dealers for your customers and all that good stuff and you replace the boards, we actually send you brad nails with the replacement board. So, and then we also send the grip and grab. We send that with you guys as well. Boss Nick grip and grab, if you guys can see that right there, it works amazing. It comes out thick, but it works really well. The blow gun after you're done to blow off the area, and then your touch-up paint. So like any nicks or whatever else you did, you can touch it up with this, and I can assure you it'll look good once it's done. We also brought a tape measure. Granted, we didn't need it this time around, but if you need a tape measure, obviously this is an essential thing to have. So whenever you're placing anything like centerboard, 6BRs or anything like that, so make sure you have a tape measure if you need it. And then your DeWalt saw, that thing's awesome. So I love DeWalt. Milwaukee makes one too. It works just as good, but what we have right now, what we use is a DeWalt saw. So those are the tools we need. I also brought this section on top of these sawhorses. So if you're ever replacing an overlay piece like what we showed you behind me, and you're not comfy with doing it on the track or whatever else, and you want to remove it, put it on the sawhorse. It actually sometimes may be easier to get underneath the board and clean that off a lot easier. And then once you go to put it back on, you can actually apply the overlay that way as well. So just something to think about. So that's a good route to do. You can also do it on there, whatever is comfy for you guys to do it. So, but that is how you replace an overlay board.